Hello everyone, it's your girl Trans Phoenix here. Just want to let you know that this is not a live broadcast. All the audio from me is post-production. So, if you're hungry, let's get into it. As you can see, right now I'm struggling with the onions. Cutting up the top and then splitting on the outer layer. Doesn't quite take a genius to figure that out. Now right here what I'm doing is prepping to make candied onions. These are going to go inside the cheeseburger. Now remember, when you're dealing with sharp objects like a knife, be careful not to cut yourself. Luckily in this instance I did not, which is unusual, but still, always be careful. Don't know if you noticed on that first onion, but I was holding it with my knuckles, unlike right here. The reason you hold it with your knuckles instead of your fingertips is to keep your fingertips from getting chopped off. It's a little bit harder to use your knuckles when you're cutting them this way. Excuse me. Just do the best you can. Just make sure you don't cut yourself. What I'm doing here, obviously get rid of the scraps, toss them in the trash. When I come back, I'm going to be separating all these here into different layers, because what we're going to do, we're going to cook these, hopefully not burn them, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Now there is one thing I should point out about when you're candying onions. They do have to have all layers separated, and they can be a bitch. So make sure everything is done properly. Now we're going to pour them all from a plate into a bowl. And to the bowl, I'm going to add half a cup of sugar. First a quarter cup, then stir it up, and then another quarter cup. Make sure every onion piece is coated. I will let you know that your hand will get sticky by the time you get done. If you're worried about that kind of thing, just go to the sink, wash your hand, and you'll be all hunky-dory. There's the second one. But this is the easiest part when making candied onions. Light up the burners. You have a burner on the right there doesn't work so well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. What I have here that you'll see if you pull across the burners a second is a indoor grill combo. I got it for like 22 and change at Walmart. It's only for gas grills, so if you have a electric or convection or anything like that, this will not work for you. So after about 5 minutes or so, the onions should look like this. This is where you should take them off. You'll see in a moment what it looks like when you take them off too late. Now here's the good part. Ground beef. Those of you who saw my video, my short yesterday, know exactly what's coming. maybe. One beaten egg. This is almost like making meatloaf. You got the egg, you got the breadcrumbs. Here comes the vanilla. Why vanilla? I don't know. I like using vanilla for cooking. Evaporated milk. That helps with moisture. Cayenne pepper. Give it a little bit of kick. Well, not that much. And then some garlic parmesan just for a little bit of taste. Now, time to get our hands dirty. Oh yeah. Usually it took me about 10-15 minutes to get it this way. But you want it to look like there's nothing in there. Almost. Of course, you know, if you notice to the right and anytime I lift up change, you'll see that there's more breadcrumbs and stuff that hasn't been completely mixed in. Just do your best. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now for the innards, pun intended, of this burger. You take, well, I just let it be self-explanatory. But before I do, you notice up to the top left, that's the candied onions that I burnt. Yeah. So, of course I had to make that joke. But use mild cheddar because that's one of the best cheeses to melt with. As you can see, really, really dark onions. Yeah, I burnt them. So, you got the bottom, then you got the top, and you mush them together. You gotta make sure they're right. Seal them up. Now for the grill. Well, griddle. As you see, I didn't clean up my mess on the side of the stove there. There's onions sticking to it. Now these are kind of funny. You flip them over, if you look at the middle, they're still pink. Well, these don't ever get completely done. The most they get is medium rare because of their thickness. You'll see that in a moment. I put a lid on to try to help speed up the cooking. As you can see, they're still pink in the middle, but they are cooked through. They're medium rare. As I said, because of the size of them. Just keep flipping them over a couple times. Now I have a pretzel bun that I buttered and threw on the griddle. They're going to be nice and golden brown. Well, they at least look like they're going to be golden brown. I learned this trick from an old job I used to have. They used to have burgers and they'd throw them on the buns. Throw the buns on the griddle. Actually quite tasty. Pardon the angles. They weren't the best coming up, as you'll see. Swiss cheese in the top. Please leave a like. I try to respond to all my comments. We'll see you later. Thank you for watching.